What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Six Man
Uh,
Blitz Podcast, Episode 2, starring Jake Lynch and Micah Huff. Today is December 4th. I've got a great show for you guys today. Let's get right into it. All
yes,
right,
sir.
so we saw the Steelers beat the Ravens 19-14 in some Wednesday night football. Wednesday afternoon football in a rare occasion. Let's start off. Do you think the Steelers are legit or what? I mean, they're undefeated now. What's your
I
thoughts?
don't know. I don't think they're legit, but Bud Dupree, that was a big loss. So like their performance now is gonna, digress with their defense because they're leading the NFL in sacks right now, and Bud Dupree had 8 sacks and second on their sack list. So that's gonna affect a lot of things in their defensive game, and they didn't look good against the Ravens without all of their players
Yeah,
almost.
the Ravens had a third string practice squad out there. I mean, you had RG3 out there. Yeah, so it was just like they should have blew out the Ravens. And like
Yeah.
Tomlin was mad after the game, and he had every right. But yeah, the Steelers they just don't remind me of undefeated team. Like when I think undefeated team, I'm thinking the Chiefs or somebody, but no, it's the Steelers. Like their defense is good. Don't get me wrong. Like T.J. Watt, he's number one in sacks, number one in quarterback.
Almost up for defensive player of the year too.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much between him and Myles Garrett right now. But, I mean, if you look at the Steelers' remaining schedule, next week they got the Washington football team. Washington football team is playing good recently.
Yeah, they are.
Then they got the Bills next. And the Bills, they're a playoff team.
That's a team that they can get their first L to, bro.
Yeah, definitely. The Bengals, they don't got Burrow anymore, so that's not.
Inland.
The Colts, the Colts have looked good recently. I think the Colts match up the best
Yeah.
with the Chiefs. And because I think they got one of the best defenses in the league. And, the Chiefs, you just got to slow down their pass attack. You can't slow down their whole offense in general. But if you just slow down their pass attack, then they got the Browns after that. But they're going to beat the Browns. So it's pretty much –
Browns are a good team. Don't sleep on
I don't know. I'm not sold yet. Baker
running game.
Baker has not been playing good this year, but their running game has been good. They need to utilize that before Kareem Hunt goes get paid next year, free agency. But I'm not really sold on Steelers this year. They haven't really played anybody good. They played the Ravens twice.
They got lucky with the Titans game.
Exactly,
and
got lucky there.
Yeah.
The Browns didn't play good versus them, and they played, how AFC teams, they had the crossover.
Right.
They had the NFC East, so it's like, I don't know. They haven't really played anybody good, but we'll see with the Washington football team, because the Washington football team, last time they played was Thanksgiving, and now they're playing next week. So they've had plenty of rest, plenty of time to plan for the Steelers. So I'm not really sold on the Steelers yet, but maybe they can convince me. All right, let's move on to some NBA talk right now. All right, so the Houston Rockets and the Washington Wizards trade, they're swapping John Wall and Russell Westbrook. I think this is like the trade. It's pretty much the same, but if you look at this Rockets lineup, I think it's pretty nice. Lineup, John Wall, point guard, James Harden at the 2, Daniel House at the 3, Christian Wood at the 4, sleeper, and then DeMarcus Cousins at the 5. Man, that team is. I think they can compete, but it's a lot of scores. But you got to remember, there's only one ball.
Yeah, this Rockets team looks good, and DeMarcus Cousins pairing back with John Wall, that Kentucky relationship could be something. And if Boogie gives him what he did in Sacramento, but there is like you said, there's one ball, and Harden and Wall, they ranked in the top 5 in usage rate a couple of years back when Wall was playing, but I really like the Wizards move. Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook. And, Bradley Beal, he can catch and shoot. He doesn't really need, he doesn't need much dribble like Harden, so. And Westbrook, he's going to take off.
Yeah, and the biggest thing for Rockets is, can they stay healthy? You got John Wall, who hasn't played in 2 years. Every time you see him at the game, he's wearing a suit on the sidelines. Rookie Cousins, he can't catch a break recently. He was on the Lakers. We don't even remember him on the Lakers.
Got him a ring, though.
Yeah, this man hasn't played in a minute, but, I like this move for both teams. I think it's better for them. The Wizards, pairing Russell Westbrook back up with his old coach back in Thunder. I think that's a good move, but I don't know. In the East is not that good.
Yeah, anybody can make the playoffs in the East.
Yeah, so they could make it, but if they just have a Russell Westbrook stay healthy, I mean, he hasn't had that problem recently, but I mean, and Wizards team, the rest of them are young, so. All right, let's move into the NBA opening day schedule. They announced it the other day. It's the Warriors versus the Nets in the second game. Clippers Lakers. Which one are you more excited for?
I'm looking forward to the Clippers and Lakers, man. This rivalry has game of the year type potential every time they face each other. There were some really good battles last year, and we really missed out on a good conference finals with the Lakers and the Clippers. But this rivalry is going to intense with Montrezl Harrell on the Lakers now. And I look to see some technical fouls. Get after him.
Man. That man's always rocking black Air Force Ones. He got the black Air Force One energy all the time. But I'm excited for the Warriors Nets game because the Nets team, now they have KD finally healthy, and they made
a nice squad.
They had a nice squad last year, and if you add one of the best players in the NBA with Kevin Durant, it could be good. And the Warriors, adding Wiseman, not going to have, Thompson this year, but I still want to see Wiseman debut. He didn't really play a lot in college, but, I mean, finally seeing him now on the Warriors, I feel like it'll be good. But, yeah, I'm more excited to see that game just because KD's finally healthy and back, and he's been one of the best players in the league. All right, let's watch. Let's go into games to watch this weekend. There's not a lot of games college-wise, but we got some college basketball now kicking in a full swing. Let's go Indiana, Wisconsin, man. 12 versus 16. Who you got here?
I got Indiana because I don't really trust Wisconsin. They've only played 3 games this year, and we don't really know what Graham Mertz we're going to get in this game. And their defense secondary is a little suspect. They played a little good against Northwestern, but with this Indiana passing attack, we're going to see something, different. We're going to see how well they can perform against us. And I look for Ty Frogel to have a big game to help the second-string quarterback. We'll see. Well, who you got?
Yeah, I got Indiana as well. I just don't trust Wisconsin. Like you said, they only played 3 games. Indiana's played 6. And I like Tom Allen. Tom Allen's been getting these guys right this year. But, Jack Tuttle, a former 4-star quarterback out of California. He originally went to Utah and he transferred. He got some playing time last year. He's getting some garbage time this year. So it's not like he's, coming into nothing, not playing, not having experience. He's got some experience in, he's played some good competition in California. But, I mean, Indiana's they're underdogs by 14.5, and I like those odds, man. I'm going Indiana. All right, let's go to the game that just got a few days ago. BYU, Coastal Carolina, 13 versus 8. BYU has been, they've been counted out recently, but BYU, Coastal Carolina, who you got?
I got BYU because this game, Coastal Carolina is not the team, even though they're a ranked team, they're not going to get BYU in, the top 10 because of what this win, But I think BYU's offense is something, They're 6th in points per game and 4th in yards per game. And, Zach Wilson, he's one of the Heisman finalists, and he's looking good. I think he's going to continue that.
Yeah, I like Zach Wilson a lot. I feel like he can do a lot of good things, and he's like a little Johnny Manziel behind the line and everything. And he's a little cocky, wearing we'll play anybody, anytime, anywhere headband and everything. That's what I like to see. But BYU's been good, but they haven't played anybody. They've only played 3 FBS teams with a winning record. But I would like to see – I think it's going to be a shootout because it first of all, just got announced like a few days ago. So these aren't really – they haven't been studying them at all. But these teams have been putting up good numbers. And especially BYU, they're 5th in points in scoring points, and then they're 5th in defense points. So I feel like it's going to be a good game. I got BYU in this one.
For sure.
All right, let's move into Gonzaga, Baylor. Go college hoops, 1 versus 2. That should be a good game. Who you got this one?
I got Baylor. I know you're a Gonzaga guy, but scoring, it's going to be a good matchup. Scoring versus defense. Baylor's got the good defense, and then their scoring is good too. They're 6th in scoring right now. It's 6th in 3 points made. They have 11 3 points per game. And then Jared Butler, preseason player of the Big 12 preseason player of the year, right? It's a good guy. I think, that defense is going to do good against Gonzaga.
Yeah, like you said earlier, I'm a Gonzaga fan, man. Gonzaga's deep this year. This is one of the best teams in school history. Best recruit in school history, Jalen Suggs. He's battling ankle injury a few nights ago, so we'll see if he plays. But they don't really need him. They have Florida guard, 6th man of the year, and you can't bring up 6th man without talking about Patrick Williams. But you got Andrew Nebin. He's a transfer from Florida. He put up 19 points off the bench the other day when Jalen Suggs got hurt. And he's 6th man coming off the bench scoring 19. They had 4 guys in double digits, and they just got insane depth. And when they run the transition, it's hard to stop them. But, yeah, like you said earlier, Baylor's got great defense. Gonzaga has a great offense. So strength for strength would be good, but I feel like this could be a good matchup. Obviously, I got Gonzaga here. You know what's going on, man. All right, man, let's go to the NFL here. Like you said earlier, you like the Browns, but let's see the Browns do this weekend versus the Titans, man. You still got the Browns in this one or what?
I got the Browns in this one. I'm probably on my own. But, the only time we really talk about the Browns is when they're losing, you know what I mean? They're 8-3, and I never hear them. I haven't heard them since they got blown out by the Steelers. And I think this running game, bro, they're number 1 in rushing. And Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt are like thunder and lightning. They give you a little bit of the both in the thing. And Myles Garrett coming back, I think they'll add something to their defense. And Oliver Vernon, he's been playing good. He had 3 sacks in a couple games ago. I got the Browns.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably alone, like you said, man. I got the Titans. The Browns just haven't showed that consistency for me yet. They barely beating the Jaguars last week with Mike Glennon, and
long neck.
Yeah, long neck, man. But I don't know, man. The Browns, if they beat them, they'll be the 4 straight wins. They're coming off 3-game win streak. But Titans, man, they just had a good game versus the Colts and put up a lot of points versus the Colts. Yeah. Colts got a great defense, but I don't know, man. I got the Titans in this one, but I expect it to be a close game. I think it's –
That's going to be a good game for sure.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good game. All right, let's go on to Rams-Cardinals. Who you got here?
Ooh, I'm going to say the Rams because that's, the safe decision because you never know what the Cardinals – this Cardinals team is inconsistent too, you know what I mean? Kyler Murray will throw a Hail Mary and win a game against the Bills and then lose to, somebody else, and you never know what you're going to get with this Cardinals team. They're a young team, and they're just a year ahead of being really, really good playoff contender. But this Rams team, I like their offense. Their defense is good. Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald, can't go wrong with them.
No, yeah, like you said, Kyler Murray has been playing, Kyler Murray and the Cardinals in general have been playing consistent. But I don't know, the Rams, Jared Goff's had a turnover problem the last few games. And
he's not been playing good this year.
He's caught him out recently. He's had 5 turnovers in 2 games. I feel like the Cardinals will bounce back after they just had a bad one in New England. But, it also is Bill Belichick and great defensive guru. So he's going to look to shut down a lot of, good offenses. But I feel like the Cardinals bounce back in this one and, beat the Rams. All right, Bills, 49ers, Monday Night Football. We got here.
I got the Bills because the Bills, they're a proven playoff team. They're a good team. But this 49ers team, they faced a lot of adversity over the year. Joey Bosa, all these people got injured, But their coach is a great coach. He knows how to use what he has. And don't be surprised because this Bills rushing attack is non-existent. And this 49ers defense, they have the number 1 rushing defense. And I just need Josh Allen to make a couple throws, get the ball down because Nick Mullins has not been good.
Yeah.
So I got the Bills.
Well, it's the first game of the Arizona 49ers, being played in Arizona due to COVID and everything. And last time the Bills played there, DeAndre Hopkins or 3 guys, said, give me that. But I don't know. I feel like this could go either way. Nick Mullins surprised me last week with the 49ers, but, Jared Goff also threw a lot of turnovers, giving the game to the 49ers. I feel like 49ers can edge this out if they, they're getting Deebo Samuel back and they're getting Raheem Mostert back. So, if they can use those two to, in their offensive scheme well, like Kyle Shanahan has done before, I feel like they can upset the Bills here. But I want to say upset because, these are two good teams. But, I mean, you never know with the 49ers recently.
There is competition with the wild card.
Yeah,
49ers,
I mean,
Vikings.
yeah. All right, let's go MVP talk here. Is it Patrick Mahomes MVP to lose?
Yeah, it is. Because look at this man. This man led the NFL in passing yards last week in the first half.
Yeah.
And he's leads the NFL in passing yards right now, and his touchdown to interception ratio is 30-2. Just playing unbelievable. And like to be surprised about this, I'm not. So I think it's going to continue, and he's going to keep playing well, lead his team to victories.
Yeah, especially after what happened last week and the Bucks. Tyreek Hill getting like 60 fantasy points. I think Patrick Mahomes won the MVP there. He's leader in passing yards in the league. He's thrown the most least interceptions. He has 2. So I mean, he has a 30-2 interception touchdown ratio, which is insane to think about. I feel like someone close to be Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers didn't have Devontae for some games, which he kind of, gave the MVP to Patrick Mahomes. But, I mean, Derrick Henry's been playing good. He's has a few games on the stretch. But I feel like it's pretty much just those 3 right now in conversation.
Right.
But I feel like it's Patrick Mahomes is the loser right now. And, after the last game where he threw insane, just Tyreek Hill throwing up the peace sign, I feel like Patrick Mahomes is the loser now. Let's talk some college football again. Is James Franklin or Jim Harbaugh seat hotter right now?
I think Jim Harbaugh's seat's been hotter longer. Because look at his record against ranked teams. It's 10-14. And, this team has just always been, underperforming. That's what they're known for. And, I think they need a new start. They got recruits. They can do something. They just need a new start.
Yeah, like you said, they definitely have recruits. They got a top 10 class this year. But, are they developing the guys, the way they should be? That's the main question. I don't know if that's quite true. James Franklin, he could say, it's COVID, this year. It's not really, you know what I'm saying? But Jim Harbaugh, 3-3 versus Michigan State. Michigan State has been mediocre these last few years.
Yeah, they haven't had nobody.
Yeah, I mean, but 0-6 versus Ohio State, and that's the game you need to win, But Michigan, for the first time in school history, they don't have a single home win this whole year. I think that's pretty concerning. But Michigan has been around for a long, long time. So to do something for the first time in school history and it's pretty bad, that's not a good sign. But James Franklin, he's been good over the last few years, but he's had Saquon Barkley and Miles Sanders, to help him out. Yeah. So, but
Christian Swirly too.
Yeah, throw out a dime, but if he gets back to recruiting well, and I feel like James Franklin keep his job a little longer.
Yeah, and if you look at Penn State's history too, they had a coach for 6 years, man. They love their guys. If you're producing, he had a Big Ten championship too in 2016. So
yeah, I mean Michael Parsons, he's going to be a top 10 pick this year, and most people don't even know about him because Penn State has not been playing good this year at all. But I mean, hopefully they can turn around. They played Rutgers this week. Penn State's
it should be.
I mean, I don't know. Rutgers have been playing good this year. I think I might take Rutgers in this one, man.
Right.
But I mean, we'll see. But if you lose to the Rutgers, it'll be a definitely eye opener. Like you lost.
Yeah, you gone after that.
Yeah. I mean, he did have a good game last week versus Michigan. I wouldn't say good. I would just say he got the job done. But yeah, definitely. All right, so let's go upsets of the week. Who you got in this one?
Ooh, I got the football team over the Steelers. Like, looking at the games, they usually go the way they're supposed to. But this one here, the Washington football team got a good defense. Alex Smith just needs to game manage, just throw a couple good throws to Terry, and just get that running game. Antonio Gibson's been playing out of his mind. He's been doing really good. One of the surprises of the NFL this year. But they keep that running game going. Defense gets some stops. I think they can do it.
Yeah, Antonio Gibson's been helping on my fantasy team a lot, so that's been good to see. But my upset of the week, hear me out before I say this. Some of y'all might call me crazy and everything. I got the Jets over the Raiders. I think the Jets win the first game of the year. And, I mean, y'all might be laughing now, but when they went on Sunday, I don't want to hear nobody in my mentions or nothing. I called this one. Yeah, you guys didn't see it, but the Raiders, I don't know, they're on a losing streak right now. I mean, but also the Jets have not been playing good this whole year. Sam Darnold has not had a single touchdown in these last 4 games that he's played. So, and that's not. But the Falcons had played amazing versus the Raiders. Winning 40-6. The Raiders just couldn't get anything going on offense at all. But I feel like the Raiders coming like they did versus last Sunday versus the Falcons, then the Jets could easily pull this off. But I hope the Jets win. They'll be
The
tired.
Jets are the worst football team in NFL history.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that Lions team, I think the Jets would beat that Lions team on 16. But
I don't know. Dan Orlovsky.
I don't know. But, yeah, the Jets are bad. But I see them getting their first win this week, man. And definitely upset. All right, let's go into rapid fire takes.
Yes, sir. All right, who you got? Josh Gordon reinstated. Will he help the Seahawks team?
I don't know if it'll help them because they don't need help. If he comes in, he'll be the third receiver on their team behind DK Metcalf and who's the last one?
Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, Tyler Lockett. Yes, and DK's been playing amazing, but Josh Gordon is good, but he's missed 50 games in his career, due to
smoking too much.
Stay off the weed, you know what I'm saying?
If only he was in the NBA.
Yeah, if only he was J.R. Smith, man. Adam Silver not spending people for weed this year. Josh Gordon would be just up that alley, man.
Right. Well, yeah, Josh Gordon, he's a great receiver. He helps your team if he's on your team, if he's playing. Right. So, I mean, I think he can help him because, Greg Olson's out right now. And that would be a good third addition. You can never have too much, in the NFL. But
look at the Bucs. I think they got too much right there. But
Tom Brady just need to play good. That's all he got too much. Need to play better.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, the next question. Is there any way Matt Nagy and Mitchell Trubisky can keep their jobs?
I don't know, man. How they did last week coming off a bye and getting absolutely smoked versus the Packers and Mitch throwing in the double coverage a lot of the games. What are you doing? I can throw better, blindfolded, but I think Coach Nagy can stay, but I think Trubisky will have to leave because we need a court. We can sign Cam Newton. We could trade for Sam Darnold. We can get a Zach Wilson, Mac Jones maybe, but I think Mitch Trubisky's time is done here. Definitely Nick Foles is done. Definitely.
Yeah, Nick Foles, hey, wrap it up. Retire. Yeah. But I think, Mitchell Trubisky can take us to the Super Bowl, and we'll still have a new quarterback next year. That's just how much, he's just – nobody in Chicago loves him, bro. He just needs a new start.
Yeah, definitely a new start.
But Matt Nagy, he was Coach of the Year in 2018. Last year, he missed the playoffs, but – if he can just turn it around a little, he can keep his job.
Yeah, definitely.
They calling for his head, though. Him and Ryan Pace. Chicago.
Yeah. I mean, O-line has been a problem for a long time, and we just haven't addressed it. So, I don't know.
All right. Next question. Who is the biggest threat to the Chiefs?
I think it's the Indianapolis Colts. I think their defense matches up with the Chiefs the best. But a lot of defenses don't match up with the Chiefs' defense the best. It's just how you run a scheme. And you can't leave Tyreek Hill one-on-one. You have to leverage him and do different things, double him and run different, zones and everything. I don't know how you stop Tyreek Hill, but there's some way you stop him. I don't know how, but I think it's a
close. You need prime time.
Yeah, you see he was saying, he was like, I'm prime. But, yeah.
I'm prime. That's it.
Deion Sanders.
But, yeah, I think the Titans, all right, hear me out, because, the last game, they've met each other in the playoffs, and it was a good game. But, Patrick Mahomes, he's Patrick Mahomes. So he's going to do what he's going to do. You need to unleash the beast. Derrick Henry, you just need to get him going, get him at least 200 yards.
Yeah.
Keep the Chiefs off the sideline, you know what I mean? Just time of possession. That's all it comes down to.
Yeah, like you said earlier about the Titans, they don't have a good pass rush. And if you give Patrick Mahomes all that time to throw in a pocket, he needs to be looking for Tyreek Hill down the field. Tyreek's going to throw up the deuce, man. So
He could throw to Jackson Mahomes without that
Yeah.
time.
Jackson Holmes over there making them TikToks. You know what I'm saying? He on the sideline doing something, but hey, Jackson Holmes, he getting that bag, man.
All right, who are your top 5 NFL teams right now?
All right. I'll go from 5 to 1. All right, 5. I got the New Orleans Saints. You know, they don't got Drew Brees right now, but their defense is good, and they got some playmakers on offense. But I feel like they're 5, and if they had Brees, they'd be higher. Team 4, Pittsburgh Steelers. Many people might say they're too low, but they just haven't shown me enough to be in the top 3 yet. Team number 3, I got Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks have been playing great recently. Their offense has been good. The defense has been, wishy-washy, Jamal Adams blitzing every play and everything, but I got them at 3. 2, I got the Green Bay Packers. I feel like they can come out the NFC as a whole. If they get that bye, they'll be fully rested and then play the weakest teams. But then obviously number 1, I got Kansas City Chiefs. I just don't see anybody beating them right now. How about you?
I don't have the Steelers in my top 5, right? I'm just gonna say that they haven't been showing me enough. I love that win. It's kind of a loss, but that win against the Ravens, it didn't show me enough. Right. Number 5, I got the Green Bay Packers. Right? I'm not gonna put them higher because their defense. You know what I mean? Last year, that was their killer in the playoffs. The 49ers, they took off on them. How many Garoppolo had like 10 passes.
Yeah, he didn't have to do anything. Anybody could have showed up for the Niners that day. They didn't even need Garoppolo. They could have told him, don't even show up. We go beat the Packers by ourselves.
And then, number 4, the Titans. They coming off a good win against the Colts. They're playing good football now. Derrick Henry, this is a point where, he's going to start getting better and keep going, get more yards rushing. And then, number 3, I have the Seahawks. Not too much to say about the Seahawks. Russell Wilson, great. He's a good quarterback. He's doing things. Their offense is lethal. But their defense, they're really starting to play better. Carlos Dunlap was a great signing. And that was one of, the best signings off waivers, right? That trade, they did their thing. And then number 2, the Saints defense is playing amazing. They're winning with Taysom Hill.
Yeah, Taysom Hill, the running back there. I mean, that Broncos game, Saints, they need to have a quarterback back there. Taysom Hill, he was listed as a tight end in fantasy football, so he's not even a quarterback.
Hey, Jerry Jones don't care. That is no excuse.
John Elway don't care either. He's going to call him up next year. Hey, we got a 5-year, $100 million contract waiting for you. Offer him a crazy amount of money.
Right. And then number 1, of course, the Chiefs. They're doing their thing. They're playing great. All right. Next question. Who has the best podcast right now?
Man, you know wise, man. 6thManBlitz, man. No other way around it.
Right. All right, I gotta give a shout out to Big Cat. We'll get him on the show one day when we get more than 19 subscribers. But 6thManBlitz on the come up.
Definitely.
And then closing question: Steak and Shake or Culver's?
Man, I gotta go Steak and Shake. I like Culver's. They got some good ice cream, but Steak and Shake, them shakes, man, they get you right, man. But the service not the best, man. But you can talk about that in a little bit.
Hey, Steak and Shake, undefeated champ. They always come through. Hey, they open late too. Play a football game, go get some Steak and Shake. But the only damn problem is they got one server all the time.
Never 2, only 1.
And then that server they host, they sit you at the table, they go do some dishes, they come back, and then they serve you 30 minutes later.
Yeah, it's like you sit down for 5 minutes and then you waiting for a server. They in the corner, doing the mop, man. They doing something, man. They over there making some TikToks or something, but yeah, they cleaning up or something. And you're just like, where my damn server at, man?
Need some help? Like, I gotta come back there and work.
I mean, I might have to, man. Give me a few dollars. I'll help you, man. I'll help you flip them burgers or something. But let's go into closing remarks, man. My closing remark is Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard said in an interview that if the Trailblazers make the NBA championship, that he will not be playing in the Olympics. So Damian Lillard is pretty much saying he's playing in the Olympics this year because the Trailblazers are nowhere near NBA championship break.
People don't even have them in the playoffs.
I don't know if they're gonna make it. I mean, I love Dame and everything, but I mean, he's not gonna make the championship. He's never even made it past round 2.
All right, my closing remarks. Rip to that man, Malik Beasley, bro. Got caught lacking with Scottie Pippen's ex-wife. And his wife saw it on Twitter. I hope he signed. I hope he had her sign a prenup because that new deal he got is gone. But yeah, shout out to Jay Inc. again. Great business, and I'm part owner. So we're doing our thing. Keep the orders coming in.
Yeah, and Rihanna, ASAP Rocky dating now, made my man Lil Uzi a little sad. He was sad on social media, man. So, got to give some love to Lil Uzi here.
Yeah, man, love that man.
Hey, man, what's the song of the week to close it out?
Oh, that's tough, man. It's been a tough week. But I'm gonna go drinking and smoking again. Can't miss that song. Play that song damn near every day.
Yeah. Future, man, he unheard of, man. But thank you guys for tuning in. 6 Man Blitz. Appreciate you guys. Episode 2. See you guys next week.